Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is George Herrera with the Queens Home Team at Keller Williams Realty. And today's video, I'm answering a question that I came across on a Reddit real estate forum. So I just saw someone who posted this question, and I figured I would answer this in case any of our viewers or any of potential home buyers here in Queens might be wondering the same thing. So the question is, are there loans for good credit but a small down payment? So are there mortgage loans available for people who have good credit but a low down payment? And the short answer to that is yes, there are definitely loan programs available for buyers who have very good credit. Even if you have a minimal down payment, the important thing to remember is what the minimum down payments are, and then make sure that you explore all of the resources for down payment assistance or other programs that allow for even lower down payments, right? So you have minimum FHA down payment for a FHA loan is 3.5%. So if you just calculate that 3.5% on whatever a price range is that you would be looking at, then you can get an idea of what the minimum down payment would be for that property. Then there's also some programs, like here in New York, we have Sony May, which they even have some programs available that allow as low as 1% down payment. So you have programs like that. You have also down payment resources. So you have in New York City and in New York State, you have several programs that allow for first-time homebuyer grants. So you can also get down payment assistance that way. So even if you have minimal down payment, you also can take advantage of home buyer grants and down payment assistance programs that can add on to your down payment. So those are two things that you would want to look into also. But if you have good credit, if you have very minimal debts, or if you have no debts, if you have good income, you have steady employment, if your financial profile checks off all of the boxes, and the only thing that you're wondering about is whether you have enough for down payment, it's definitely something worth looking into. And we tell this to all of our friends, family. If your financial profile checks off a lot of the boxes of what a bank would want to look for, and it's just the down payment, speak with a mortgage lender, because that usually gives you a lot of insight, and you can learn a lot about whether you're actually qualified right now, because many times you might look into it and you might find out that you actually can get pre-approved for a certain amount, and that amount gives you a budget. So at least now you have a budget to work with as you go and explore properties online. Now, if you aren't able to purchase right now, if you aren't able to get approved, the good thing is that if you speak to a mortgage lender, they'll actually give you guidance, and they'll tell you what you need to do in order to put yourself in a position to get pre-approved for a mortgage, right? So let's say your down payment for your area or the neighborhood that you want to buy in, you have a minimal down payment, but it's not 3.5%, or it's not the 1% for Sony May. It's just not enough for what you would need in the areas that you're looking in. Then your mortgage lender will be able to tell you. Or your income, if your income isn't exactly where it would need to be. If your credit would be good, right? But if there's certain debts, if your debt to income ratio is not under the actual loan limits, the DTI limits, then your mortgage lender would tell you that as well. They would give you advice like, pay off your car, and then your debt to income ratio will be good enough to get it pre-approved for the loan that you'd be looking for, or things of that nature. So you definitely always, if you have good credit and financially your financial profile is sound, then it never hurts to talk with a mortgage lender. Get some advice. We have really good people. If you need a recommendation, you can drop it in the comments or send us a message, and we can give you some of the recommendations to people that we know and trust. But a lot of times that is the best first step. You let them know how much you have down, give them a rundown of your whole financial profile, and then they can give you an idea of whether you would be able to get pre-approved, or if you need to do certain things in order to get on the path to getting pre-approved. Okay, so long story short, are there loans available to people who have good credit but a low down payment? The answer is yes. As I mentioned, you have minimum down payment for FHA loans, 3.5%. Then there's other the Sony Mae programs like Sony Mae in New York, which offer as low as 1% down payment. You have other programs for different professions like teachers, police officers, veterans, things like that, which also allow for lower down payment. So there's a lot that you can actually take advantage of if you have some down payment saved and you have good credit. It never hurts to speak with a mortgage lender and start to explore the possibilities and whether you're able to actually get pre-approved for a loan now, or if you need to take some certain steps to get on the path to home ownership. But definitely don't let a low down payment discourage you. If you have some down payment savings and you have good credit, our suggestion and my advice would be to speak with a lender, get some advice, and that should give you a lot of clarity as to whether you can buy now or whether you need to just take some certain steps in order to get on the path to getting pre-approved in the near future. All right, hopefully that answers the question. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments below and we'll be happy to address them. And if you have ideas for topics for the podcast or for our YouTube channel, please drop them in the comments below or send them to us at queenshometeam.com. We love getting your ideas because we're always looking for good content that will be helpful for our viewers. All right, thanks as always for tuning in, y'all. Stay tuned for the next episode. Take care and have a great day.